Presenting Presenting Grandpa's Magic Shoebox.
Come along, don't delay. Today is a magical day. Come along, bring your smile and spend a while with Grandpa. Come along, stop and stare at wonders everywhere. Come along, the weather is fine to spend some time with Grandpa. I fill up my shoebox full of stuff, from stones to morning glories. I pick up this and that until I have enough stuff to tell stories. So come along, just for fun. Our adventure is only begun. Come along, and sing a song with Grandpa. Come and meet my friends like Invisible Fred and an alligator named Sue. I got a lot of stories running round my head, stories to share with you. So come along, jump and jog, skip and hop like a frog. Come along, it is true, I love spending time with you.
Hi. Sue, calm down. What's the matter? What's the matter? I see. Sue enjoys things very emotionally, like sunsets and flowers. Well, my friend here, Invisible Fred, likes to think about things, figure out how they work, why flowers grow. Well, it's very important to understand how things work. And Sue, no, I'm not saying that you're wrong. Fred, no, I'm not saying that you're wrong either. Now, you both are right, and you can learn something from each other. You know, the problem of balancing thinking and feeling has been around since humankind has been around, so don't feel bad. Matter of fact, our story today is about that very same subject, and I'm going to use stones to tell the story. Do you realize this stone has been around longer than the story? Fred, you want to go watch the story from out in front? Okay, Fred's going to come sit out with you, okay? This story is one of the old Greek legends and has to do with the balance between thinking and feeling. And it's called Hercules. Long ago, and even longer ago than that, there was no earth and sky, no seasons, no sunrise, no sunset, no sound, only darkness. And then a miraculous event occurred. Light and love were born. And that's how the world came into being, according to the ancient Greeks, who loved light and beauty. And they told many stories about Mother Earth and the gods that lived there. One of the most powerful gods of all was Zeus, god of the thunderbolts. And he, with his wife Hera, ruled the gods of the heavens and the earth. Zeus had a powerful brother, Hades, who ruled the underworld and the gods of darkness. Hades was also known as Death and could have no children. Zeus, on the other hand, had many children, but his favorite was Hercules, who would one day be the strongest man on earth. And Hercules had a dog. Hi, my name's Theseus, and I was Herc's best friend. Oh, I know you don't hear about me in all those stories they tell about him, but I was there. Oh, well, let me tell you about how we met. Well, when Hercules was born, Zeus couldn't have been prouder. and he had this big all-day party and invited all the gods to see his beautiful kid, Hercules. Well, in all the excitement, he forgot to invite his powerful brother, Hades. But Hades showed up anyway. Oh, Zeus. And still another child. Oh, Hades, what a surprise. We see each other so seldom, I forgot all about you. Yes, you did, dear brother. That was a mistake. No, Hades, I really am sorry. What can I do to make it up to you? Well, let me see. Since I can't have any children, and you have so many, I know. Give me Hercules. He will bring light and beauty to my underworld. Don't be ridiculous. I said, give me Hercules. No, leave now. You're not welcome here any longer. Another mistake, dear brother. But I will have what I want. Zeus took Herc and put him to bed. There you go. And they went back to the party. Personally, I think he should have realized how mad Hades was and how much he intended to get his hands on Herc. You see, in the underworld, the only people there are dead ones. And if Herc were dead, Hades would get him. So he put his first nasty plan into motion. That's where I come in. It was later that night. I was sniffing around like usual when I see these two slimy snakes slithering down the road, and they was talking to each other.
Which house did Hades say the baby was in? He said the one with the golden sun over the door. So, there it is. And the window is open. Well, they slipped on right into Herc's window. I ran in and saw him just as they was climbing into his crib. Ruff, 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 ruff. Zeus come running in just as Herc grabbed those two critters, one in each hand, and started crushing them and threw them out the window. Wow, it was really something to see. And I mean, he was still in diapers then. Well, that's how Herc and I met. Zeus convinced me to hang around, kind of keep an eye on Herc, don't you know? Good dog, good dog. He gave me a great big bone, scratched my tummy too. Ooh, I love that, ooh. Well, time passed, and Herc got big enough to be sent off to school. There was someone else at that school too. His name was Theseus. Real smart kid. You notice I didn't say nice. Well, one day, teacher asked Hercules, Hercules, how much is 1 and 1? 1 and 1 what? Now, don't get me wrong, I really like Herc. Oh, he just wasn't too bright, didn't have the old headlight turned on, if you know what I mean. Eurystheus, 1 and 1 is 2, teacher. Very good. Nya, 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 nya. What? Oh! Hercules, put Eurystheus down. This minute. Oh, this minute. Oh. You're a very bad boy, Hercules. Go stand in the corner. Gosh. Eurystheus was the bad boy. He'd get Herc in trouble every chance he could. I mean, he'd break something, he'd blame it on Herc. And people would believe him. Herc did have a bad temper. Oh, he'd explode at anything. He'd roar like a mountain lion, run around, jump up and down, pound in his fists, throw things. Oh, it wasn't a pretty thing to see. But when he finally calmed down and see the mess he made, he felt real embarrassed, and he'd help clean it up. There was another person at this school, too, and her name was Deianira. Ooh, she was as pretty as sunlight on a crystal clear lake. Hello, Hercules. Ah, hi, Deianira. Deianira, do you want to go to the library? Hercules, do you want to come to the library with us? The library? You know, Hercules, where they keep all the books. I know. I was gonna go wrestle some bulls. You wanna come watch? Oh, I'd love to, but I have homework to do. Maybe tomorrow. Wow, that'd be great. Come along, Deianira. Leave Hercules to his precious bulls. Hercules was so nuts about that girl, he'd turn around and walk right into a wall. Like I say, not very bright. Made me wonder if the Fates was going to give him a long life. You know the Fates? They're these goddesses that weave the threads of your life. Now, some people have a short life, and some people have a long life. But the Fates, they can just take their scissors and snip your life like that, and off you go to the underworld. Herc was going to need a lot of help from those Fates with the terrible things that was coming his way. Meanwhile, he grew stronger and famous, and almost everyone loved him. Almost everyone. I am so sick of hearing about Hercules, Hercules, Hercules. Even Deianira thinks he's perfect. I would give my soul to get rid of him. A dark mist swirled around him. Ah, Eurystheus, I can help. Who said that? A friend. How would you like to be a king? Deianira might be interested in marrying a king. A king? What do I have to do? Help me destroy Hercules. Ooh, I would love that. But Hercules is so strong. Yes, he is strong, but not very bright. I have a plan for using his strength against him. All you have to do is wait and be ready, King Eurystheus. Hades turned into a chilling breeze that whispered in Herc's ear, telling him to do terrible things. His eyes grew dark. His temper flared. It was like he was crazy. He went on a rampage, smashing and crashing everything that got in his way. Some people were even hurt. By the time Hades let go of him, just about everybody hated Hercules. Oh, Theseus, look what I've done. I just wasn't thinking. Well, we better find a way to get you to start thinking now. How? I'm just too dumb. Dumb. Sit! No, you're not that dumb. I know. How about this? Every time I say headlight, you stop whatever you're doing and count to 5. Why headlight? Well, think of it as a light going on in your head so you can look at what you're doing. Okay, let's give it a try. Now, this is the situation. You're walking down the road on a sunny day. Everything seems to be okay. Along comes a man from the other way. You smile at him and say,
good day. But he doesn't even notice you there. Keeps on walking with his nose in the air. If this sort of thing should happen to you, what would you say and do? I'd pick up a rock, the biggest I could find, and sneak up on him from behind. Before I knocked his head away, this is what I'd say.
Headlight! Now, Herc. Headlight, think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, maybe he was deaf. Or maybe he was thinking about something. Or maybe he was just plain rude. But you don't knock somebody's head off for that. Right. Okay. Let me try another one. Okay.
You see a little girl playing with a wagon, laughing and wiggling her bare feet. Over the hill comes a terrible dragon, looking for a sweet thing to eat. He sees the little girl, oh yum, yum, yum. He wants to put her in his tum-tum-tum. If this sort of thing should happen to you, what would you say and do?
Headlight! Now just stop and think about it first. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I grab my club and go for the dragon and beat on him till his tail stopped wagging. I get the little girl out of his way and ask, are you okay?
Right, Herc. See the difference it makes when you think about it a little bit? Yeah, that's great. Give me another one. This time, make it a hard one. A hard one, okay.
You're sitting by a stream in the summer sun, happy 'cause your work is all done. You're looking at the clouds floating in the sky when you hear a voice singing nearby. The person gets closer, the song gets clearer. Golly, oh gosh, it is Deianira. If this sort of thing should happen to you, what would you say and do?
Headlight! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gosh, Theseus, I don't know what I'd do. Oh, that's okay, Herc. At least you're thinking about it. Oh, boy, I sure am.
Headlight, burning bright, light my way through wrong and right. And in this light I clearly see you are a friend to me.
So, what are you gonna do now, Hercules? Well, I did all those terrible things. I've got to figure out a punishment for myself. Headlight! Right! 1, 2, 3. I know. I'll go to Theseus. He'll be able to help me. Why would you want to go to that terrible man? Well, he's read all the books in the library, and he is king. He'll be able to help me. Herc, Herc, Herc. Wait now, you're supposed to count all the way to 5. Oh, too late. He was already off to the house of that odious man. Oh, Hercules, how glad I am to see you. I hear you want to right some of the terrible and disgusting wrongs you have done. Yes, Eurystheus, can you help me? I've always wanted to help you, Hercules. Now, let's see. Because the things you did were so terribly naughty, let's start out with the Hydra. But isn't that monster belong to Hades? That's right, Hercules, I suppose it does. I want you to kill it. The Hydra is this 9-headed beast that lives in the swamps of Lerna. It has a breath that can kill a cow at 20 paces. Herc, could we talk about this? No. He grabs a couple swords and we're off. You ever been to the swamps of Lerna? Let me tell you, there are pools of boiling red-hot lava and pools of stinky cold water right together, and crawly, creepy things swiggling around. And the smell? Ew! Before we had a chance to look around, the water started bubbling and boiling around us, and all of a sudden, up shot the Hydra! Roaring and growling, ready to eat us alive. Herc started slashing at it, but every time he cut off one head, two more would go back in its place. We dashed out and hid behind a tree, gasping for air. Oh, Theseus, I don't know what to do. I can't seem to kill it. Wait a minute. How about when you cut off a head, if you burnt the neck, maybe the heads couldn't grow back? Well, it sounds like something worth trying. Okay, you heat up the sword in the lava, and then after I slash, you burn the neck. Me? I thought I was supposed to be the brains of the two of us. Well, it just seems to me if you don't do it, we're dead and off to the underworld. He may not have been very bright, but he had a way of putting things. Then the terrible battle began. He'd slash and I'd burn. Slash, burn, slash, burn. Heads flying off right and left. 7, 8, 9, and the Hydra fell dead at our fate. When we got back to Eurystheus' house, he seemed kind of surprised to see us alive. But he managed to come up with a whole bunch more tasks for Herc. They all seemed to be cooked up to kill him off so Hades could have him. Hercules, I would like to give some trinkets to Deianira, so as your last task, I would like you to fetch me 3 golden apples from Hera's garden for Deianira. Yes, you do remember her, don't you? Oh boy, I sure do. Well then, do it. Now, what could I say? Off we went in search of Hera's secret garden. Back home, Hades had bad news for Eurystheus. You don't seem to be able to bring me Hercules. Well, I'll just have to settle for you. Me? What do you mean? I was passing the 3 fates today, weaving away at their looms, and your thread came up. No, it's not my time yet. I was there when they lifted the scissors. No, nothing personal. I'm just not ready to go to the underworld yet. Calm down, calm down. You don't have to. I convinced them to wait. For how long? You have until sunset tonight to find someone to go in your place. Anyone? Anyone. But only until sunset tonight. Good luck. Servant, get out here. On the double. Yup. Now you know I've never asked you any favors, but this is a special occasion. I would like you to go to the underworld in my place. You mean die for you? Are you nuts? No dinner for you tonight. You never give me any dinner. Then no food for you ever. Out! Oh, hoo. I know. Mother. Forget it, son. But you're old. You're gonna die anyway. I know. But after all, it was the fates that chose your thread to cut. Don't even bother asking your father. Oh, what was poor Eurystheus gonna do? He couldn't find anyone. All of his friends had suddenly disappeared. And the sun was going down. Hades was probably already on his way. He closed his eyes. He heard footsteps behind him. This is it. This is the end. And then he felt a hand on his shoulder. He jumped up screaming. Eurystheus. Deianira, what are you doing here? I came to go to the underworld in your place. You do that for me? Yes. He wanted Deianira a whole lot, but he wanted himself a whole lot more. Nice guy, huh? Then Hades came and whisked her away to the underworld. Everything was going just about as he planned. Here are the golden apples, Eurystheus. My tasks are done. Great, Hercules. You can go. But I'd kind of like to stay around and see the smile on Deianira's face when she gets them. then Eurystheus' servant came in. She won't need him now, Hercules. Get out! You're fired! Oh, shut up. Let me tell you what really happened to Deianira. As the servant started telling his tale, Eurystheus tried to slip out of the room. With each detail, Hercules got redder and redder. Oh, I know what was going to happen. He ran and grabbed hold of Eurystheus and held him up in the air. You're going to die for what you did. Headlight! Well, he killed the girl I love, and I'm going to kill him. Headlight! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I go to the underworld and bring back Deianira, the fates will cut his thread. Eurystheus, be prepared to die a coward's death. And he threw him over in the corner just like so much garbage. Theseus, I have to go to the underworld and finally meet Hades. You stay here. If anything happens to me, now quiet, quiet. I'm coming with you. You're gonna need me. Let's go. Oh boy, we knew we was in real trouble now. We both knew that Hades had been trying to get his hands on Herc ever since he was a baby. First time I ever seen Herc look a little nervous. Well, we started on down through these dark, clammy tunnels till we came to the River of Woe. Not a happy place. And there we saw the ancient boatman who ferried the dead people across to the underworld. I mean, that sucker was old. What do you two want? We came to go to the underworld. Oh, most people wouldn't be caught dead there. That's a joke. We came to take Deianira back to Mother Earth. Oh, now that is a joke. What's so funny about that? Once someone enters the underworld, they never leave. We'll take our chances. Now take us across and hurry. Oh, I was glad Herc was so confident. As we started across the River of Woe. Ooh, what was that strange thing at the gates of the underworld? That's Cerberus, the guardian of the gates. He has 3 heads like a dog and a tail of a dragon. Oh, don't worry. He's friendly. He'll let you go right in. The only thing, he'll never let you leave. As we entered in the gates, that creature's 6 eyes followed us. There we was in the underworld. It was nothing but a bunch of spooky gray swirling mists and voices of the dead calling out. In the distance, we could see Hades' castle. There was Deianira standing on a balcony. Look, Herc! Right, let's go! Hercules, welcome to my underworld. We're just here to visit. We came to take Deianira back to Mother Earth. You let her go or I'll... You'll what? Can't kill me, Hercules. Of course, you might be able to conquer me with your intelligence. Uh-oh. Who's the mutt? Mutt? Headlight, Theseus. This is between me and Hades. Okay, what did you have in mind? Oh, nothing too difficult for an intelligent being. Answer a little riddle before I suck your breath away. Okay, all right. First, what's a riddle? What's a... Hercules, a riddle is, well, think of it as kind of a little question. You do know what a question is?
Of course. What's the little kind of a question?
This is it. I was born with love, but have no body. I touch you always, but you can never touch me. I bring form, but I have no form. Who am I? Hercules looked at me. I didn't have any answer. I could see him really trying to think it out. He scratched his head and he squished up his face real hard. Come on, brain. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Hades snapped his fingers, and that Cerberus came charging at me out of the mist. Hercules! Yes, Hercules. You'd better save your mangy mongrel. Before I could let out another growl, he plunged down into the mists, and those mists began swirling around Herc. He took out his sword and started slashing at the air, and that old Cerberus was getting closer and closer, licking his 3 sets of sharp white teeth. Summer! The answer is summer! Try again, Hercules. If you have any breath left. That old Hades wheezed up on out of the mist and sank down on top of Herc like a wet blanket. I wanted to help, but that old Cerberus was coming at me. I felt it was really done for this time, and I shouted out, Herc, fight to the end! And then that beast stopped. It was Deianira. She was running from the castle carrying a torch. The thing was backing off. That old pooch couldn't stand the light. We ran over to Hercules, and Deianira shoved the light right in Hades' face. Silly girl, don't you know I'm death? Nothing can kill me. And now, Hercules is finally mine. Hercules, I love you. Old Hades was just sucking the life right out of him. Oh, Hercules, headlight, headlight. Light. The answer to the riddle is light. What did you say? I said light. That old Hades stopped dead in his tracks and slid off of Herc. Oh, he was so angry he was about to explode. And then he roared like a volcano. Hercules, we will meet again. And then he spun around like a tornado and flew off back to his castle. Theseus, Deianira, thank you. Come on, you guys. We gotta get out of here. We hurried back to the gate, and just when we got there, Eurystheus was arriving. Hercules, save me, please. I'll give you anything you want. But I have everything I want now, Eurystheus. Hades' voice echoed out of the dark. Eurystheus, I've been waiting for you, and I'm not happy. No! Well, I was never happier to see good old Mother Earth in my entire life. Oh. And to be back in a world filled with light. Hercules, you seem to be glowing brighter than the sun. What is it? Gee, I think it's intelligence and love. Oh, Hercules, let me see. Oh, Hercules. Yeah, Herc had the old headlight turned on, just like what I wanted for him. Funny, made me feel kind of sad. What's the matter, old friend? Oh, Oh, nothing. You have Deianira now, and you found your intelligence. I guess my job is done. I better be wandering along. Oh, please don't go. Stay with us. Yes, and teach our children the wisdom you taught Hercules. Really? Wow. Looks like I have my work cut out for me.
The sadness Theseus felt fell away as they started home together. Hercules used his mind to control his temper and his strength, and had many more grand adventures. That's a good idea, Sue. You could say headlight to Fred when you think he should be more excited about something. He could also say headlight to you when he thinks you should calm down a little bit and think things over. Fred, do you want to come on back? Now we're going to clean up pretty soon. And now, what was I going to do next? Right, headlight. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know. I was going to show you how to make some more things to tell stories with. You know, stones were really great to tell stories because, as you saw, there are many different kinds of stones. Well, I'll bet there are many different kinds of things in your house you can use to tell stories. What's this? This is a sponge. And you can make some very interesting puppets with this. For example, this sponge caterpillar. What I did is cut the sponge into 4, tie them together with a piece of thread, then tie some yarn to a stick, and there you have a caterpillar. Also, do you have any of these in your house? Bet you do. These make great puppets. Oh, for example, how about a paper cup vampire bat? Or take a marking pen and just draw on a little face like that, and then poke your finger through, and look at that. You have a character to tell a story. You can make many different kinds of characters this way. What other things do you have around your house you could use to tell stories? I bet you can think of many things I haven't even thought of. Hey, I'm really glad you came by today. And you know what? I'm always here for you. So come back again really soon. The reason for the numbers? Oh, well, you'd count to 5 to give yourself time to think about what you're going to do. Well, if that's not enough time for you, you could count to 10 or 23. No, I think 112 would be too much. I think you might forget what you were